Hi, this is the Top 10 Nonfiction Book Tag. This tag was created by Lukash of Totally Pretentious. I'll leave a link to his video down below. I'll just try and breeze through this as fast as I can. Nonfiction, I think I would say I read actually less non-fiction than I do classics, and I don't read many classics, but I have actually managed to get 10 books. So first is The Emperor by, and hopefully I can pronounce this correctly, Ryszard Kubaczynski. My apologies to all of Poland if I mispronounced that. It's sort of a journalistic work all about the last days of Emperor Haile Selassie, who was Emperor of Ethiopia up until 1974. Number 9, I have What Are You Optimistic About? Edited by John Brockman, and it's what are you optimistic about is the question that's posed to a number of various scientific writers, scientific people, doctors, professors, some quite big names here. There's Steven Pinker, for example. And this really does provide a lot of food for thought. Coming in at number 8, I have Musicophilia by Oliver Sacks. Oliver Sacks is best known for The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat. I actually haven't read that book. It's one of the books that I've never been able to get my hands on. Musicophilia is very interesting about let me just read the blurb at the back. Oliver Sacks' compassionate tales of people struggling to adapt to different neurological conditions have fundamentally changed the way we think of our own minds. Excuse me. In Musicophilia, he examines the powers of music through the individual experiences of patients, musicians, and everyday people. Those struck by affliction, unusual talent, and even in one case, by lightning, to show not only that music occupies more areas of our brain than language does, but also that it can torment, calm, organize, and heal. Always wise and compellingly readable, these stories alter our conception of who we are and how we function, and show us an essential part of what it is to be human. So I think Mindworms is probably in this book. A very interesting book. Number 7 is The Left Hand of the Electron by Isaac Asimov. Isaac Asimov is a hero of mine. Best known, I think, for his robot stories and the 3 laws of robotics, which I'm not going to recite here. But Isaac Asimov was also a champion of science, and he wrote many articles on various scientific subjects. And also here on YouTube there's a lot of really good videos of interviews with Isaac Asimov. If you just type Isaac Asimov interview into the search engine, you'll find some really fascinating videos. Coming in at number 7 is another champion of science, The Dragons of Eden by Carl Sagan. And I could have gone with so many other books. Cosmos, the most well-known one, The Pale Blue Dot. Science as a... can't remember the title. Something along the lines of Science as a Candle in the Dark. The exact name escapes me at the moment. Maybe I should have gone with Cosmos, but I'm choosing this one for my top 10. And yet another champion of science, I think the majority of non-fiction I read is science or natural history. This is Why People Believe Weird Things by Michael Shermer. And Michael Shermer is the founder of the Skeptic Society, and he actually has one of the best YouTube channels. I'll link his last video down below. It's called Science Salon, and he's answering various questions from readers of Skeptic magazine, and it's a very long video, but it's definitely well worth your time. And this covers various topics from pseudoscience and superstition and the weird sort of things people believe. Okay. What number at? Number 4 is a book I've just briefly highlighted, I think, once or twice in this channel. Our Word is Our Weapon by Subcomandante Insurgente Marcos. Just the gist of it, it's about the indigenous peoples, the Zapatistas of Mexico, and their fight and struggle for their rights and their rights of the land as well. Number 3 is Behind the Dream, the making of the speech that transformed a nation. This is all about the Martin Luther King, the civil rights movement, and that very iconic I Have a Dream speech. This is by Clarence B. Jones and Stuart Connolly. This is very special to me because I have a this is a signed copy. To David, Dare to Dream. It's dated the 9th of March 2011. B. Jones. And as far as I know, Clarence B. Jones is the only person at the I Write Festival to get a standing ovation. I mean, I haven't been to all the talks at the I Write Festival, but as far as I know, Clarence B. Jones is the only person to get a standing ovation, and that says a lot. Number 2, No One is Too Small to Make a Difference by Greta Thunberg. A very, very small, thin book, and for such a small, thin book, it does have a bit of repetition, but the importance of this book cannot be understated. And number 1, I have The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, and I don't think I need to explain that one and why it's number 1. So thank you very much, Lukash, for this tag. I actually had quite a bit of fun with it. I'm going to tag 3 people. I'm going to tag Hannah, the dyslexic reader. I'm not sure if you read much non-fiction, but the tag is there if you want to do it. A tag. I'm blanking on the name. What's it called? Bear the Reader. Oh, Bear the Book Reader. Damn it. I'll leave a link down below. But you might have already been tagged, but I'm really interested to see your top 10 non-fiction. And third, I tag Elijah's Commentary Hour. Hopefully, if you're still making videos, I think it'd be really interesting from a black perspective if you've read much non-fiction. I don't know. So that was the top 10 non-fiction tag. I feel like some of my non-fiction books are a bit predictable. Maybe not. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this tag. Thanks for watching. Bye.